Okay, well, it seems like we are going to be going live here. Welcome, you guys. My name is Donovan Sadiq. I am the recovering Democrat, locally known as the Inland Empire Informer. If my cats jump up on the screen, please do not be alarmed. It's just my cats seeking attention. Wanted to share this with you guys today. I'll be going with the Demetra K Show. We're going to be doing a podcast a little bit later on. Breaking news has just basically broke out. Let me show you guys here. 14 kids, one teacher dead after school shooting. And it seems like this has happened in Texas. And let's just get into it real quick. 14 students and a teacher are dead after a shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas on Tuesday. Hope I said that right. The 18-year-old suspect, a student at Uvalde High School, is also dead, he said. He shot and killed horrifically and incomprehensibly 14 students and killed the teacher, Abbott said during an unrelated press briefing. What is the guess that this shooter is white? The suspect also allegedly shot his grandmother before entering the school and again opening fire, Abbott said. He did not say anything further about her condition. Abbott said the shooter, identified by law enforcement sources and the governor as Salvador Ramos, okay, white Hispanic, had a handgun and also possibly a rifle. When parents drop their kids off at school, they have every expectation to know that they're going to be able to pick their child up when that school day ends. And there are families who are in mourning right now. The state of Texas is mourning with them for the reality that these parents are not going to be able to pick up their children. 2 responding police officers were among those injured. Abbott said they are expected to survive. Here we go. Again, isn't it kind of strange? And I'm not limiting what happened to these people. But have you guys kind of noticed a pattern here? That when something horrific or tragic happens to Black people, within a couple of days, another tragedy happens to lessen what happened to specifically Black people. Has anybody noticed that? There's a trend with that going on within a couple of days to change the conversation, to change the narrative. Now, what happened in Houston or in Texas there, that incomprehensible. And my prayers go with the family. But my problem is, and my issue is what is happening to Black people. That is my family. I have to worry about them first. So it's just strange to me how that happened. And hey, Sunlight, you caught me when I'm alive. Good to see you. Keep working up, stay positive. You'll get there. But have you guys noticed that the narrative seems to always change within a day or two of a Black issue? You talk about reparations for Black people, and the first thing that comes up is we don't have the money. We don't have the budget. Oh, we're going into a recession now, right? Or we got to do COVID. But then when it's for Asians or anybody else, they seem to have the money. They seem to have everything that they're going to need. All of a sudden. Like I said, my prayers go to the family and the loved ones of the victims. But when are we ever going to mourn for Black people in this country? When are we ever going to sit there and say, you know what? Enough is enough. Let's give these Black people what they need. How do you sit there and say, well, the Indians need this? Well, one thing the Indians have is standing treaties. Indians have their culture intact. Nobody stripped them of their religion. Nobody stripped them of their identity. What is the only group in this country whose language, identity, culture was stripped for them? Fundamental Black people. But you could compensate all these other people who are fairly intact. But you can't do a damn thing for the one group of people who wholeheartedly have been murdered, consistently stays murdered, incarcerated, you name it, it's happening to us. I don't have time to cry for those people in Texas. I have time to cry for my people who recently went through another tragedy before this. You guys don't be fooled by all this BS. Don't let the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, they're the same thing. They're the same thing. Good cop, bad cop. That's what they're playing. Do not be sidetracked by this religious, oh, we gotta forgive and all of that. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. We've been doing that for 60 years. The civil rights era people have been putting us in check and telling us to be patient for 60 years. How many more tragedies are going to happen before you decide to do something for yourself? For yourself. I don't want to be too long on this. Like, again, prayers and thoughts are with the people of this tragedy. But I'm a little bit more concerned about my own people who consistently, every day, are under this apartheid system that we have here in the United States. I'm Donovan Sadiq, the Inland Empire and Farmer. You guys keep your head on swivel. They are out there killing Black people.